From scrubbing floors to standing in the spotlight, Richard Goodall's path to America's Got Talent is anything but ordinary. This small-town janitor with a big voice caught the nation's attention, showing that sometimes the most extraordinary talents hide in plain sight. Richard's early life. Richard Goodall grew up in a small town in Indiana, where his passion for music began at an early age. As a child, he would spend hours in his bedroom, singing along to his favorite songs on his Radio Shack stereo. This love for music stayed with him throughout his life, even as he took on various jobs to make ends meet. For 23 years, Richard worked as a custodian at Chauncey Rose Middle School, just 3 blocks from his home. The job was far from glamorous, but it provided stability and allowed Richard to support himself and his family. Despite the humble nature of his work, Richard found ways to incorporate his love for music into his daily routine. He became known as the singing janitor, often bursting into song while cleaning the hallways or during school events. Students and teachers alike were captivated by his powerful voice, which seemed at odds with his unassuming appearance and job title. Many encouraged him to share his talent with a broader audience, but Richard was content with his small, appreciative audience at the school. Richard's impromptu performances became a beloved part of the school's culture. He sang at assemblies, in the cafeteria during lunch, and even in empty classrooms when he thought no one was listening. His repertoire ranged from classic rock to country, but he had a particular fondness for Journey's "Don't Stop Believin'," a song that would later play a significant role in his life. Little did Richard know that the support and encouragement he received from the school community would eventually lead him to one of the biggest stages in the country. His journey from school janitor to national sensation was about to begin, all because he never stopped believing in the power of his voice. The viral moment. In the summer of 2022, Richard's life took an unexpected turn. During an end-of-year program at Davis Park Elementary School, he was asked to perform a song. Instead of his usual choice, "God Bless the USA" by Lee Greenwood, Richard decided to sing Journey's "Don't Stop Believin'." Dressed in his work clothes, complete with a large set of keys hanging from his belt, Richard took the stage and began to sing. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. The students, who had only known Richard as the quiet janitor who kept their school clean, were amazed by his powerful voice. They danced and waved their arms, caught up in the energy of his performance. The adults in the crowd were visibly moved, many wiping away tears as Richard belted out the iconic chorus. Mariah Dennehy, who worked with one of the students with special needs, was so impressed by Richard's performance that she decided to record it on her phone. Later that evening, she posted the video on TikTok, thinking it might bring a smile to a few faces. What happened next was beyond anyone's wildest expectations. The video quickly went viral, amassing over 1 million views in just a week. People from all over the world were amazed to discover such an incredible voice coming from a school janitor. Comments poured in, praising Richard's talent and expressing shock that he wasn't already a professional singer. The sudden attention caught Richard completely off guard. "I've never had this kind of response," he said in an interview with a local news station. "I don't know what to think of all this. I'm just a guy who likes to sing." The viral video caught the attention of some big names in the music industry. Steve Perry, the former lead singer of Journey and co-writer of "Don't Stop Believin'," saw the video and commented, "I love this." The official Journey TikTok account even reposted Richard's performance, bringing it to an even wider audience. This newfound fame opened doors for Richard that he never thought possible. He was invited to perform at local events and even received offers from talent agencies. Suddenly, the singing janitor from Terre Haute was on the radar of the entertainment industry. Previous audition attempts. While Richard's viral moment seemed like an overnight success, the truth is that he had been pursuing his dream of singing professionally for years. In 2009, long before his TikTok fame, Richard had auditioned for America's Got Talent. He traveled to Chicago, full of hope and excitement, only to be eliminated in the first round of auditions. The rejection was a bitter pill to swallow. Richard returned to Terre Haute, discouraged but not defeated. He continued to sing at school events and local gatherings, keeping his passion alive even as his dreams of stardom seemed to fade. Years later, encouraged by friends and family, Richard decided to try his luck again. This time, he set his sights on The Voice, another popular singing competition. He spent weeks preparing his audition video, carefully selecting "Don't Stop Believin'" as his song choice. Richard poured his heart into the performance, hoping that this time his talent would be recognized. When the email from The Voice producers arrived, Richard opened it with trembling hands. Unfortunately, it was another rejection. The email read, "Thank you so much for auditioning in our virtual open call. We have reviewed your performance of Don't Stop Believin'. Unfortunately, you will not be moving on to the next round. Please keep working, and we hope to see you again next season." These rejections were difficult for Richard to process, especially given the praise he was receiving from his local community. He shared his frustration on Instagram, writing, "Just so everyone knows, I'm worthy of The Voice, but I'll try for AGT. But regular people just don't cut it in this world. Love you all for your support." Despite these setbacks, Richard's determination remained unshaken. He continued to sing, continued to believe in his talent, and continued to hope that one day he would get his big break. Little did he know that his viral TikTok video would soon change everything. America's Got Talent audition. Encouraged by his viral success and the outpouring of support from fans around the world, Richard decided to give America's Got Talent another shot in 2024. This time, he entered the audition process with a boost of confidence from his online fame, but also with the humility that comes from years of rejection and hard work. When Richard stepped onto the AGT stage, the nerves hit him hard. The bright lights, the expectant faces of the judges, and the knowledge that this could be his last chance at his dream all weighed heavily on him. Simon Cowell, known for his sharp critiques, noticed Richard's nervousness and offered words of encouragement. "Shake off those nerves, Richard. We are here. We are rooting for you." With the support of the judges and the audience, Richard took a deep breath and began to sing "Don't Stop Believin'" once again. As the first notes left his lips, a hush fell over the auditorium. Richard's powerful voice, honed by years of singing in school hallways and at local events, filled the space with a richness and emotion that took everyone by surprise. What followed was a performance that left everyone in awe. Richard's voice soared through the highs and lows of the song, his passion evident in every word. As he sang, the judges' expressions changed from curiosity to admiration. Howie Mandel's jaw dropped, Sofia Vergara's eyes widened in surprise, and even Simon Cowell couldn't suppress a smile. The audience, initially skeptical of the unassuming janitor on stage, was soon on their feet, cheering and clapping along. By the time Richard hit the final chorus, the entire auditorium was singing with him, caught up in the magic of the moment. When the last note faded away, there was a moment of stunned silence before the auditorium erupted in thunderous applause. Richard stood on stage, overwhelmed by the response, tears glistening in his eyes. The judges were quick to offer their praise. Simon Cowell, visibly moved, said, "Richard, you are my hero because that was special, genuinely special, and I think America is going to love you." Howie Mandel added, "You cleaned up the performance," a playful nod to Richard's day job that brought laughter from the audience. But it was Heidi Klum who delivered the biggest surprise of the night. Rising from her seat, she said, "Richard, you knocked me off my feet, and now this is what I'm going to do for you because I love you." With that, she hit the golden buzzer, showering Richard in golden confetti and sending him directly to the live shows. As the confetti rained down, Richard fell to his knees, overcome with emotion. His journey from school janitor to golden buzzer recipient was complete, and a new chapter in his life was about to begin. Behind the scenes. After the cameras stopped rolling, Richard was ushered backstage, still in a daze from what had just happened. The first thing he did was call his fiancée, Angie. "I got the golden buzzer," he said, his voice choked with emotion. While Angie was overjoyed, Her reaction suggested that she had always believed in Richard's talent. "I knew you could do it," she said. "You've always been a star to me." Unfortunately, due to financial constraints, Angie couldn't be there to share the moment with Richard in person. This bittersweet reality was a reminder of the challenges Richard had faced on his journey to the AGT stage. In a private confessional with the AGT producers, Richard shared his thoughts on the experience. "I couldn't help but cry," he said, wiping away tears. "I mean me, you know? I'm just a regular person. I'm the guy that wipes down the tables, takes out the trash, and sweeps the floor." He paused, gathering his thoughts. "I kept on singing to the kids. I kept doing what I do. I mean, don't stop believing has kind of been a mantra for me, and now, I got a golden buzzer." The producers asked Richard about his plans for the live shows. "I'm going to give it everything I've got," he said. "This is the chance I've been waiting for my whole life. I'm not going to waste it." As the reality of his situation sank in, Richard's mind raced with possibilities. He thought about the songs he might perform, the outfits he might wear, and the message he wanted to send to America. But most of all, he thought about all the people back home in Terre Haute who had supported him throughout the years. "This isn't just for me," he said. "It's for everyone who's ever had a dream and been told they're too old, too ordinary, or too late to achieve it. I'm proof that it's never too late to chase your dreams." Personal life and struggles. While Richard's AGT audition was a moment of triumph, it's important to note that his journey hasn't been without personal struggles. For 30 years, Richard was married to Patricia Sue, a supportive wife who often shared updates about his performances on social media. Their relationship was filled with love and mutual respect, evident in the photos they shared of holidays and special occasions together. Patricia had been Richard's biggest fan, attending every local performance and encouraging him to pursue his dreams even when he felt like giving up. She was there for him after his first AGT rejection, helping him pick up the pieces and find the courage to keep singing. Tragically, in 2020, Patricia was diagnosed with cancer. The news hit the couple hard, but they faced the challenge together with the same strength and determination that had characterized their relationship. Richard became Patricia's primary caregiver, balancing his job at the school with hospital visits and treatments. Despite their best efforts, Patricia's condition worsened. The cancer spread rapidly, causing immense pain and suffering. On June 21, 2021, Patricia passed away at the age of 74, leaving Richard devastated. Richard shared his grief on Instagram, writing, "I'm so sorry, I did my best, but my best wasn't good enough. Cancer is like getting punched in the gut, falling to the ground, then told to get back up and start all over." The loss of his wife and biggest supporter left Richard questioning everything, including his love for music. For months after Patricia's passing, Richard couldn't bring himself to sing. The joy that music had always brought him seemed to have died with his wife. It was during this dark period that his students and colleagues at the school rallied around him, encouraging him to find solace in his music once again. Slowly, Richard began to sing again. At first, it was just humming as he worked, then singing softly in empty hallways. Eventually, he found the strength to perform at school events again, each song a tribute to Patricia's memory. In 2022, life took another unexpected turn when Richard met Angie. Their connection was immediate, bonding over their shared love of music and their experiences with loss. Angie, a widow herself, understood Richard's pain and helped him navigate his grief while encouraging him to pursue his dreams. Richard's relationship with Angie marked a new chapter in his life, one filled with renewed hope and the courage to chase his dreams once again. It was Angie who encouraged Richard to audition for AGT one more time, believing in his talent and his ability to inspire others with his story. Community support. Richard's success on AGT sparked an outpouring of support from his community in Terre Haute. The town, which had always appreciated Richard's talent, now rallied behind him with unprecedented enthusiasm. Chris Burson, a fellow resident of Terre Haute, started a GoFundMe campaign to help cover Richard's expenses for the competition. "Let's give Terre Haute, Indiana's AGT Golden Buzzer winner, our support," Chris wrote on the campaign page. Richard traveled to the first competition alone on his first ever flight. This August, he returns for 10 days to compete at the next level. Your generosity will allow him to have a worry-free experience financially. The response was overwhelming. Within 10 days, the campaign had raised over $19,000 from 382 donors. People from all walks of life contributed, leaving messages of support and encouragement along with their donations. But the support didn't stop there. The community organized a grand send-off event for Richard at the Vigo County Fairgrounds. Hundreds of people turned up to wish him luck and show their support. Local businesses donated food and drinks, and a stage was set up for Richard to perform one last time before heading to Hollywood. At the event, Richard received several surprises. Country music star Walker Hayes, who had recently performed with Richard at a local venue, made a special appearance. Hayes presented Richard with a brand new Buick, courtesy of Fuson Automotive. "Someone gave me a car when I was in a tough situation starting my career," Hayes explained. "We thought, let's figure out a way to give this guy a car. He deserves it." Local business Mullins Dressing also joined in, offering Richard a lifetime supply of their products. The owner, Penny Shaw, said, "We just want to be part of it. We've been kind of in a new phase of Mullins ourselves, renovating, and I'm the new owner, so I kind of understand this whole dreaming it, doing it. It's exciting, and we want to be part of it too." The outpouring of support left Richard speechless. "I'm out of words," he said, his voice choked with emotion. "I'm not often speechless, but this is overwhelming. I can't thank you all enough." The event was a powerful demonstration of how Richard's story had touched the hearts of his community. It wasn't just about his talent or his shot at fame. It was about a hard-working, humble man getting a chance to live his dream, supported by the people who had known him all along. Preparation for live shows. As the live shows of AGT approached, Richard found himself in a whirlwind of preparation. He was determined to make the most of this opportunity, but he was also committed to staying true to himself and his roots. Richard continued to work at West Vigo Middle School, balancing his janitorial duties with rehearsals and interviews. "I'm still at the school," he told a local reporter. "I'm still scraping boogers and painting walls. I'm still there, y'all. I'm still the same guy." This time, thanks to the community fundraiser, Richard was able to bring his fiancée Angie along for the journey. Her presence provided emotional support and a sense of home amidst the chaos of Hollywood. Richard worked with vocal coaches provided by the show, honing his technique and expanding his repertoire. He was both, certainly. Here's the continuation and conclusion of the script. Richard worked with vocal coaches provided by the show, honing his technique and expanding his repertoire. He was both excited and nervous about the upcoming performances. "I still can't comprehend all this," he admitted in an interview. "I don't think I'm worth all that fuss, but I'm ready to give it my all on stage again." The pressure was immense. Richard knew that millions of people would be watching, and he wanted to make his hometown proud. He spent hours each day practicing, often singing late into the night after finishing his shift at the school. Despite the grueling schedule, Richard remained grounded. He made a point of calling home every day, speaking to his children and grandchildren and keeping in touch with his supporters back in Terre Haute. Their encouragement kept him going, even when the stress and fatigue threatened to overwhelm him. Reflections on the journey. As the first live show approached, Richard took some time to reflect on his incredible journey. "You know, I never thought I'd be here," he said during a quiet moment backstage. "I've been singing my whole life, but I never imagined it would lead to this." Richard believed that his story had touched so many hearts because he was just a regular person in a world that often feels divided. "People needed someone to cheer for," he said. "They see in me a good person who deserves a shot at a better life, and I guess that's what we all want, isn't it?" He thought about all the twists and turns his life had taken, the loss of his first wife, finding love again with Angie, the viral video that changed everything, and now, standing on the brink of potential stardom. "It's been a wild ride," he chuckled. "But you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. Every step of the way has led me here." As he headed into the next round of the competition, Richard remained confident but realistic. He knew his new song probably wouldn't top "Don't Stop Believin'," but he was determined to do his best. "I've set my mind to do one thing, Go out there, sing a song, have fun. If I move on, great. If I don't, I'm already a winner," he said with a smile. Richard Goodall's story isn't just about a man chasing his dreams. It's about the power of community and the strength found in never giving up. His journey from school hallways to the AGT stage reminds us that it's never too late to pursue what you love.